I think I nailed it. I don't know yet, though. I think I did it. I don't know if we flashed ourselves. I have no idea. Did we do it? Oops, countdown. Oh, we didn't do it. In case you weren't aware, we try and line up the countdown with like hobby corner intro. Wait, I nailed it! Yay! This time I actually did it. This is the first time I've done it. Hooray! Woo! Let's get in there. Get in there. So I just had all of that excitement. Okay. I don't know, Mark. I don't know. I said, but I managed to do it. It's great. So I've got my lovely guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself and also give the pronouns you're most comfortable with at this moment in time or whenever?
Hello, everyone. I am Cheesemondo. I'm also called Paul sometimes. Pronouns would be he, him. And I was saying just before the show, that's the first time I've ever been asked.
Oh, I'm your first.
My first pronouns.
My first pronoun asked. Oh, well, I'm glad I asked because you never know. You just never know. But as we were also talking about, assuming and trying our best to never assume anything now.
Assumption is the mother of all screw-ups.
It is. So would we like to say hello to everybody in the side chat while we slowly because there may be a couple of stragglers just plunking in. Is that cool with you?
Yes, I can see Dulcimer's in there. Hello. Cheesebongo. I'll also go by.
So, obviously Dulcimer. There's Carl. There's Rob Parks. There's Christina. There's Tina. A little peekaboo there. And who else? There's Critical Cripple. There's Dora. There is who. I know there's more people than that. There's Ark. And who else? And Mark. So there's Ark and Mark. And Bexy. This is Bexy's first time here, so welcome to Bexy.
And Crafty Key.
Oh, is she here? Oh, Crafty's here also. Hello.
Crafty Key.
Hi, Crafty. She's just sneaking in there. Just a little sneaky sneak. Oh my goodness. So this would be a show that I've been also very excited for because I see, this is what happens when I get overexcited. I start sentences I can't finish. Because cheese happens to have one of my favorite hobbies as well. And if you don't already know, I know you know the one I'm talking about. Would you like to say
it? Do you mean anime?
Yeah.
More specifically, Studio Ghibli. And maybe even Totoro.
Oh my goodness. What actually? Wait a minute. This is the most important question. What was your first Studio Ghibli movie?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Ooh.
And it blew my mind, and that's where it all began.
Oh, see, that's the slippery slope to Weeb Town. Like, you watch one, right?
That was it, and then I wandered into Spirited Away, and then
Yeah,
went from
see
there. I
that?
found Totoro, and Totoro is by far my favorite.
It's so cute, but it does break your heart in a moment that I won't disclose too much because I've heard rumor that there's people in my Discord that has not seen these movies. I'm shocked, disgusted, and horrified. I love them very much, but I am not feeling so good about that. So I'm gonna have to stream it and
They,
show
they,
them.
I'm sure we can forgive them.
We can once we show them. If they don't like
The
it, that's fair, but they need to have watched it.
the cinema, one of the cinemas here does a Studio Ghibli festival every year. They show all the movies in 1 week at discount tickets as well. So I took the kids from the family to watch Howl's Moving Castle,
Oh
and
yeah.
that they weren't really that interested. I was hurt.
Oh no. Well,
Just-
I could like walk on my knees a little bit and like you could pretend, you know.
It was. I thought it was gonna be. I thought they'd love it, but 10 minutes in, got phones out and started playing and stuff, and I was like, well, "Screw you, we're
Oh,
staying,
Finn.
we're staying."
Oh my goodness. I'm honestly shocked. I do
But there's
understand. Oh, it is
oh, go
such a
on. Sorry.
complex. No, no, it's okay. I was just saying it is quite a complex story, though. You know, I don't know how old the younger ones are.
The youngest was 8, and then they were
Ah,
8 and 15, 14 and 15. There was 3 boys.
let's say 14 and 15. They should get the background. You know, I'm so shocked. Like, what? I'm just gonna circle back to that. Like, have you like disowned them now?
Unfortunately,
Very
unfortunately,
extreme
I
measures.
can't. It's
Oh, yeah. Do you love them too much? Like,
it. I've just been told that my mic is fixing. Just give me 2 seconds.
oh, I never noticed. Sorry.
Think uh, think that should do it. Uh, it's been my microphone settings have been changing themselves randomly. So every time I turn my computer on, it's exciting as to what it's going to do this time. Hopefully, you can still hear me.
We will find out. And I'm hovering.
Thank
About
thank you thank you thank you to it was actually Crafty that said that, but thank you,
thank
Crafty.
you, Crafty, for helping. She's always a little superstar.
Yeah. So
Um,
unfortunately, I can't disown them, which was a
no.
shame. But I didn't take them back. I wasn't going to suffer the embarrassment of trying a different movie.
Oh no. That would have broke my heart. That honestly would. My godson, he's about like well, I'm saying he's 6 now, but I'm trying to think like I think Kylo was adamant he watched Ponyo.
That's
He
cute.
was- yeah. But
That's one of the cuter ones.
yeah, but he was just like, I want to play with this random bit of cardboard I found. And I'm like, you know what? You're no godson of mine. Like,
Just get out.
yeah, you walk yourself somehow out of my house.
Just get out. Get out of my sight.
I'm kidding. I'm not that bad. Like, I really am not. But I was like, I was definitely hurt about it, you know? Definitely hurt. But because Ponyo is probably one of my favorites. It's the little song and the how it's definitely the Little Mermaid told again. You know, it has such Little Mermaid vibes, and
It
So cute.
it does. It is. It's. I think that that one appeals to younger people, whereas Howl's or Totoro's kind of, I think,
Yeah.
middle of the road, whereas Howl's is a little bit, as you said earlier, it's a bit more complicated story wise.
Mm. So is Spirited Away, and
Yes, yes.
yeah, that's so much heavier. Each time I watch that, I do see something else I never realized. I'm
That's
like,
I,
oh my god.
that is that's I think Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite, and then
Mm.
Spirited Away or Totoro next. I'm not sure. It's difficult. It depends what mood I'm in, and the kind of movies for different moods.
For
And if you want
sure.
something a bit cute, then Ponyo is where you'd go. But if I want something a bit more interesting, then yeah, Howl's or Spirited Away definitely.
But never Grave of the Fireflies.
I wasn't that big into that one.
It shattered my heart in a million gazillion pieces, and I'm never forgiving it for that. I'm never. Oh, I love Mononoke. We love, well, I do. Me and all of Minas absolutely loves Mononoke. In fact, I want to get her a mask tattooed on my hand because I just want to say Studio G says hold my beer to Disney when it comes to strong female roles. And I just find that very exciting.
That that is one. Yes, that's very true. That is very true because you've got like Kiki's Delivery Service and things like
Yeah,
that, which is again, all of them are really beautiful to look at. Though, even if you're not paying
yeah.
attention to the story, the animation is just beautiful.
Sometimes, like when I used to have like parties, because obviously no, we can't. And I used to, yes, sorry, the Valley of the Wind as well. I can never say the first part of that name. I can't pronounce it. I try, but I can't get it. The Valley of the Wind.
I'm not.
The
Have I
second,
seen?
the second. um, but
Oh,
I
Nautical.
I like to put it on mute, and then I'll have like music playing and stuff. So like there'll just be like the great forest spirit walking through the forest and like Princess Mononoke, and then there'll be like techno playing. It's pretty cool.
So you've made your own. You make your own soundtrack to the
Yeah.
to the animation.
And if like you've not already done a pre-made list, I end up finding myself getting far too distracted making sure the songs link up with the vibe. So I need to just make a playlist and walk away. Yeah, yeah. It is. Yeah, it's that part. I can't pronounce the second part, but Valley of the Wind is what I call it because I struggle with the pronunciation.
Is it?
But
How do you
yeah,
say? I don't know how to say it. I think you say it. No, I want to say Nausicaa, but that might be wrong.
I'm not gonna try to help you. Like I can't. I've slated it so many times, and even when I say like Studio Ghibli as well, people are like, "Ugh," and I'm like, okay, I'm trying, I'm trying.
Yeah,
What city?
I struggle with reading some words sometimes. Normally,
Mm.
somebody types it. It's normally if I'm on a live stream, somebody make normally one of my shows. Somebody types in something I can't say, and then they enjoy me butchering it.
Oh no.
Now Nausicaa, Nausicaa.
Sorry, random
See,
hiccup.
there's a discussion in the side chat now around how we
Oh.
actually should be saying it.
Oh.
I think we'll go with. I think we'll just refer to it as Valley of the Wind, and then everyone
Yeah.
knows, and then we
See?
don't upset.
No. We try so hard. But then it's like,
Okay.
uh-uh. Sorry.
Can't be
What?
corrected if you don't say it in the first place.
And
Jeez.
Tales of the Earthsea.
Ooh, which one's that one?
I love Tales of the Earthsea. I can't remember if that's a Studio Ghibli film now.
Not sure.
I think that was like one of my fourth ones, but like my second one I bought on DVD. Cause like I just watched them all really on the internets, you know. Hey, tiny captain, peeping in there. So that's the one that's like got the boy with the sword, and I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but there's this girl in it and she does this really beautiful song. It's so sad, but it's such a beautiful song she sings.
I'm just looking at this one. Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
It's really pretty. That's a brilliant one. Like music in the background. Because of like some of the fighting scenes and stuff in it. For some reason I can never remember the second half of the movie. I only remember up until the girl singing, and then everything else, like I'm probably far too excited about the song that I just kind of forget the end of the movie. And I'm not exactly sure what Dawson was saying, so apologies if it's rude.
I don't think it's rude.
I don't know.
Is it? I don't. Nah. Is it? I don't speak Gaelic. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't speak Gaelic. I
Hmm.
don't. Unfortunately, I speak English barely. Welsh even less, than any other language in the world. I would just butcher. Is it close to that, Dulcimer? Is it something like you don't speak Gaelic? I hope it's something like that. It looks like it might be.
I'm totally not
You
Googling
don't you
while
don't
you're
speak
doing
Gaelic then? Well, yes, yeah. It's I know a few words of some languages, but some of my family were from Ireland, or my mum's side of the family were Irish, so I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit, and a little bit is normally quite dangerous in any language because you're more likely to upset somebody by speaking a language badly.
Wait, what? Studio Ghibli did another movie
What? What?
that is not
Who?
anime? Earwig and the Witch?
Yeah,
I know
I've
what
never heard of that.
I know what I'm going to like try and convince for us to watch tonight.
Earwig and the Witch. When was this?
Yeah,
When did this
it's
happen?
mind blowing.
2020. Has it just come out?
Yeah, 2020. Must be because of
Oh,
the stuff that's going on, so to speak.
yes.
Mm.
Okay, that's a good one. There's again, yeah. I think we'll be watching that in our house at some point in the near future. Definitely.
I might maybe try and show that on Discord at some point. Or be like, we need to watch this now. Oh
It's a
dear, Dulcima's not happy.
horrible CGI abomination. Is that true? Oh goodness. Oh no. All right. Oh.
I did love the red turtle though. Did you get to see that?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. Sorry, I'm just looking at this earwig. It is CGI.
You're like,
Oh,
wow.
it is CGI. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Why would they do that?
I
Why
still
would they
kind of
do
want
that?
to see it though. There's something about it that it reminds me of Coraline in a really weird way. Have you seen Coraline?
Yes, Caroline. Yes, with the buttons for eyes. There's something
Yeah.
creepy about that one.
Oh, it's disturbing as heck. It's really disturbing. But it's definitely one of my favorites. I like to make up conspiracies about that story. I love movie conspiracies. I love.
It is. There's something quite. I mean, it's obviously dark. I think there's something. There's something a little bit. I've heard some. Actually, it's true. I've heard some conspiracies about that one that were fairly unpleasant.
That she never makes it out.
That and how she was being treated by her father and things like that. It was pretty
Well, I've
bad.
not heard that, but
Let's not go into
yeah,
it because that is pretty dark.
let's
but
not go
but
that far.
yeah, some people will willfully destroy anything. And yeah,
No,
making
but
it. I like a little bit of darkness, but making it dark to the verge of
that's
sick
too.
is
Yeah.
is
Although the fact that she doesn't get out does actually make a lot more sense. It does make more sense because we'll not completely go into it. Like, I'll send you like all the stuff I've watched on it. Like, it's not as dark as the thing you were saying, but like, I always thought the mum was wearing like a turtleneck, you know? She's not. The mum's wearing a neck brace, not a turtleneck.
wait, really?
You're gonna Google it now.
I
Yeah.
I I'm gonna have to.
Mum in Coraline.
Wait, you mean her
Yeah,
her
her
mum
actual
or
mother.
her mum?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this isn't making good YouTube. If because I'm busy looking at. I'll stop. I'm going to stop because it's not
Wait.
going to. It's
I've got
not.
an
It's
idea.
not. It's not going to make good YouTube. Sitting watching me Google
Everybody,
something.
it's okay. There's a butterfly. Everything. Wow, pretty butterfly. Make everything better.
oh,
Wait, I just
oh
realized,
my
did I
goodness.
make lovely little Bexy a mod? I hope so. See if I can find her. Because I've just made you a mod. Everybody here gets mod wrenches so that we're all on the
Oh,
same
cool.
page. So
Okay.
I'm just finding. I've just noticed you're in the side chat. I'm hoping that I've made Bexy. Nope. Yep, she's a mod now. We're all blue together. We're okay. We're not hiding. We're not like distracting anybody with a butterfly anymore. It's okay.
it's such a neat idea.
It didn't
Here's a
happen.
butterfly.
It worked! Yay! Hi, Gio. It also popped in the side. See, I told you what would happen when I got too excited about stuff. Need to calm myself down a little bit. Goodness gracious me. Okay, but if you have not seen the red turtle, it's a lovely animation. It's really pretty. I don't remember there being any actual lyrics or words in it. It's just illustration and music.
Oh, that's cute.
It's really pretty. I don't want to say anything in case spoiler,
I do that all
but
the
I do
time.
strongly recommend.
I see. Okay, got it. Got it. Awesome.
Question what? Oh, Sam actually has a question for you.
Sam?
I've just popped up on the screen.
What
so you
is
can
the?
see it.
Oh, okay. What is the cheesemondo name
Yeah.
origin? Um, it's a school nickname. It's one of the nicknames I had in school.
Oh.
Because it's so close to my surname. It's unbelievable. Please nobody guess it, but it's a school nickname, and I've been called lots of things like cheese or cheddar or
Oh.
variations of cheese puns um, all of my life. But that one stuck with me to the point where my friends from school still call me that when I see them. There's a group of friends I go hiking and camping with when I'm back in Britain, and they still call me that. Cut maybe Cholmundley. Close, yes. Let's go with Cholmundley. But yeah, it's actually a nickname that I've stuck with or I've been stuck with. I don't know if they do it so much in America, but Brit kids are merciless when it comes to nicknames, and they tend to follow you around for the rest of your life. If you know people you're in kind of secondary school with, and that one's kind of stuck with me all of my life. So it was just an obvious thing for me to do instead of come up with a clever name. But yeah, that's where it came from.
Well, Dora has asked to brie or not to brie, and now because there's somebody called Brie, I'm like, are you making a cheese joke or a human joke? I need to know. But
definitely to brie.
oh yes, and if it is the cheese, do it add apple and have it on a cracker. Very tasty. Oh,
There's a question there from Mark Caesar. He says, "How have the lactose intolerant people gone with you?" I, weirdly, I'm allergic. I am allergic to milk, amongst other things. I'm allergic to milk, so
oh
I
no.
love like a really sharp British cheddar,
Oh
which you
yes.
can't really get here. But I can't eat a lot of it just because it just makes me really ill. Wait, cheese and apple?
Yeah. Get some brie. Put a wee slice of a wee thin slice of like pink lady apple on top, on a wee nice cracker. It's really yummy. Have you never had like cheese and grapes? It's really similar. It's actually a thing. See, Tatty's with me. He knows. He knows.
Hello, Mr. Bogle. There is a wild tatty inside chat. Brace
Yay!
yourselves.
Oh, and there's also a doctor that's arrived too. I have not lost the plot. No, I'm certainly not. Yeah, well, there's some things you can try and not like, but this is not one of them. Like you try, and then you can say whether if you like it or not. Like, like Tusk always says, I don't want to try being on fire. I know I won't like that. This isn't that situation. It's cheese on a bit of it's cheese and a bit of apple. You know what I mean?
That's superb. It's not like being on fire. Just try the fruit.
It's pop in your mouth and yummy. Oh, well, Brie. That's it now. Everybody's Brie. Bexy. Do try it. Do try it. I recommend everybody who's able to try it to do try it because allergies and texture phobias and stuff, like that's okay. But do try it if you. No, Surf. No, I don't endorse you being set on fire. Please don't do that. And oh no, what's become of this chat? To be fair, it went by the wayside as soon as I was like, so I know you like anime.
Oh dear. There is a question there from Carl Edwards,
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to
who
miss
who
that. Let me
says,
just.
"What is your favorite RPG? Not the Rocket." I don't have a favorite RPG Rocket. Mass Effect. I'm a big Mass Effect fan.
Oh.
Which I really like. Played all of them, and I'm gonna start the last one again. I think we're due a new one this year, aren't we? Or is it next year? But yeah, Mass Effect is where it's at. You can't ban cheese, Critical Cripple.
No. See, I thought we were friends, and now you're swearing, and I don't like it. And no, it's right. Cheddar and grapes, brie and apple. Okay. I feel Crafty's like, I'll keep my. No, you have grapes with cheddar.
The turtle moves there has got it exact or fairly close. Strong cheddar, one bite and you sweat buckets. I like it that
Mm.
sharp, that one bite and it turns your face inside out.
See, now I wish we had cheese, and I don't know if we do. And we do have grapes, but no apples. You can try cheddar and apples, I suppose. But I've never done it. I'm more cheddar and grapes. And oh my. Grapey
Grapey
cheese.
cheese.
Mm.
You can't eat me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't eat
You
me.
just
That's
had
not
an
fair.
apple above you, like I seen it.
Can't do brie
Oh.
or grapes. We've wandered into a full on cheese discussion.
Oh wow, look what's happened here. To be fair, I love the controversial halloumi.
I I like
Mm.
it. I like it fried.
Mm-hmm. 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 With a little squeeze of lemon.
On I started putting it on beef burgers. If you throw a piece of halloumi on a charcoal
Oh.
grill and just do it both sides and then put it on top of a not a thick, it's got to be a like a thin piece, but
Mm-hmm.
it goes squidgy and squeaky and oh,
Yeah. It's such a happy texture. I know some people don't like it. Oh, we have Bexy in the side chat who does like it. Roast veggies with roast halloumi on top. Carl Edwards says, Now, Tusk, this is what you're gonna make. This is what you're making for dinner this week. I need to try.
roast halloumi. I bet it would be gorgeous. Make you Chris Cripple. We don't want to make you
Oh,
feel ill.
sorry.
Just don't eat it. Just don't eat it. You'll be fine.
Oh, hi, Brainless. Yes, textures can be happy. I'm a very textual person. And halloumi is a happy texture, okay?
I love that textures can be happy.
Yeah. Do you never have a happy texture?
I've
Like,
never
you know when
I've
you
never
like Oh, now we need to find your happy texture.
I've
Have
never
you
thought
ever
about it.
No? I'm one of them people that like I feel the need to touch something that if it looks very soft, I want to touch it, you know? And because it's not. It's very innocent actually. You go to the pillow section and if it brings you joy, it's a happy texture. And if it does not bring you joy, it is a sad texture. And where are we? Tatty, a sad texture would be velvet. Nobody,
not not
that's
the edge of a
illegal.
knife.
I
That's
mean,
that's not a that's
that
not a sad
definitely.
texture. That's an illegal texture.
Yes, that is illegal. And I mean, I suppose it would be, but it's a happy texture when you're cutting vegetables. So, mm, it
Oh,
feels
there's a
very nice if you have a sharp knife and you cut like strawberries in half. That's a happy texture.
there's
And
a
fire
there's a
is sad.
naked there's a naked person in the side chat.
Oh no. Please don't.
No, no, not actually naked. They're just not blue. It's the turtle nose
Oh
isn't
my
blue.
goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I almost removed somebody as a mod there by mistake. Oh, don't want to start that drama. Like, here we are.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry about
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
turtle.
Once you mod somebody, you can't unmod them without severe repercussions of the community.
Oh dear. I did threaten people because one time it got very, very cheeky. And I was like, hold on. We will no longer make that particular brand of that particular naughty thing a conversation. Cheesecake.
It's got to be baked.
I like cheesecake. Although sometimes the texture is not a happy texture.
It's it's there's a who is there's a Gordon Ramsay cheesecake recipe that I make for the family, and it's a baked cheesecake with raspberries. It's awesome.
Oh,
Again, something else I can't eat a whole lot of, but
wait.
cheesecake is wrong. Tatty Bogle says.
You're wrong. You're See, oh no. See, I'm a foodie. I love foods. You can I can Oh no, Surf, we're not gonna do that to you. Don't you worry. You're always a good good puppy. Everything's fine. Oh no. Lemon cheesecake. Mmm. Oh, what about Mandarin cheesecake?
I could go for that. That seems pretty tasty.
Are we just now going to sit here and talk about food and get hungry?
We can, that brings me, food brings me a lot of joy.
Oh, so that's a happy feeling.
It's mostly lately. It's been I've been smoking meats and things, which is great fun. And I couldn't afford to buy a smoker in Britain, but they're dirt cheap here, so I bought one. And I've been smoking things more or less every weekend for the past few weeks. Awesome.
Mm.
Nothing better than a giant piece of pork smoked for kind of 14 hours on a low heat and then thrown in some sauce. It's beautiful.
Dinner's Oh no. See, someone who I'm going to keep anonymous for their own safety has has had an argument with me over this. Now, as I said, I'm keeping them anonymous. They did actually they said something that shocked and horrified me. Now, Cheese, I feel like you are the decider of this. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
This is I'm putting pressure on you now, okay?
Okay.
They said to me that they have meatballs, like normal meatballs, with sweet and sour sauce on it. And from the microwave.
Oh, okay. That person needs a priest because
Okay.
meatball shouldn't be anywhere near a microwave to start. So
Okay.
I guess if it's a pork meatball, then yeah, I could probably see that. But yeah, sweet and sour meatballs out of a microwave just seems wrong.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
It's
And
if it
I
was cooked, if you kind of did the meatballs and then mixed, made the sweet and sour sauce and mixed them and did it yourself, I'd be good with that. It'd probably be quite tasty, but yeah,
um
out of a meatball out of a microwave just seems wrong.
somebody definitely did out themselves. And then their girlfriend did. So
Apparently I've chosen poorly, according to Rob Parks. I feel I've let you down, Rob. I'm very
no,
sorry.
no, Rob. Rob, no. No. Tinned meatballs and sweet and sour sauce. It's,
Is exactly. Tuska's nailed it there. Tin meatballs with a jar of sweet and sour sauce is the work of the devil. Exactly. Get that person a priest.
so brainless since you outed yourself. Uh, get a priest. I was sitting here wondering why sweet and sour meatballs were bad, and then it came from Chef Mike.
The power
And
of
I was like, no!
the power of Gordon Ramsay
No.
compels you.
Oh no. Is it Gordon Ramsay? No, it's not. Right. I know this is now turned into just a general chit chat, but I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like no. I'm happy wherever this goes. But I wanted to say to you, like, one of mine and Tusk's hobbies is to watch a video of YouTube at nighttime, right? And we have watched this guy who is called, I think his name's Uncle Roger, and he critiques people making fried rice. And
Is that a TikTok thing?
no, well, I think it might be on TikTok, but he is also on YouTube. And I swear, he was disgusted with was it Jamie Oliver, or was it, or was Gordon Ramsay now Uncle Ramsay? Uncle Gordon. Yes, it was Jamie Oliver. Jamie Oliver now, or Jamie Olive Oil.
Jamie olive oil. What did he do wrong? Was it just his fried rice that was an abomination?
Oh, it was his fried rice. It was his everything. Like, I will find one of the videos and I'll put it in the side chat. Um, chicken and sweet and sour sauce food. Oh no. Oh no, Brendless. Oh no. I also get the no feeling a little bit from sweet and sour sauce. If I wanted like really staunch and heavy foods, guess what I would do? Like, if I wanted this flavor, I would just dunk pineapple in ketchup. If I wanted sweet and sour sauce, that's what I'd do. Okay?
It, I think if it's done right, it's a thing of beauty. But when it's when if you get like the cheaper ones from a supermarket, it's just cornstarchy and horrible.
I don't, it just makes, it's not very comfortable. Just,
It's because if you get it from a restaurant somewhere, it's normally quite runny and tasty and things. If you get it out of a jar, I think they use the same stuff. That I think they put it on the bottom of the space shuttle to seal it. so it can survive re-entry. I think it's the same stuff. It's supermarket sweet and sour sauce.
Uh, oh God, no. I like honey and chili flavor,
Mm-hmm.
like sweet and spicy.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I like this. One of our family is of Korean descent. She does a lot of Korean cooking for us, so
Mm.
we occasionally do some in the house. And yeah, that kind of hot and sweet taste is great.
I love that, and also I do love that, and also send us recipes so that Tuss can make me food.
We've actually got a Korean cookbook in the house. There's a really hot. Do you guys like really hot food?
Yes.
There's a really hot chicken thing that's it's kind of gochujang and honey and stuff like that. It's beautiful. It's just
That
great.
sounds so good. And
It's
yes,
just great.
that was the point I was making, Rob, because that is what sweet and sour sauce tastes like, pineapple and ketchup. And that's how we made it in high school, and it's traumatized me ever since. It's a trauma-based fear of sweet and sour sauce. Yeah,
Pineapple and pizza is the food of that golds. I don't think so.
goats.
'Cause
Gochujang is one of my specialities, Tusk says. Post a recipe, says
there we
Dora.
go.
Get it shared. Get it. No,
We've
I like
just done.
pizza.
I've just done yesterday. I made a pound and a half of beef jerky on the smoker,
Oh,
and I've got there's a ghost pepper one and a Carolina Reaper hot sauce a jerky as well, and it's proper. That's proper hot. It's great, smoky and hot and slightly sweet. Mm, I love food.
beef jerky.
Spent
No,
all day making it. I was like, it takes 2 hours to do a batch, and I did 4 batches yesterday. Awesome.
I feel like you need to like post pictures in the Discord and show everybody the the food p word that I can't say because it's a wholesome channel.
The what? The what word?
It begins with
Hold
a
on, let me.
P and it's food p word. That's what we're just
Food.
gonna call it now.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just see if I've got. I do have a picture of jerky somewhere.
Mm. I don't know, but I am very food orientated. I'm kind of like a feral cat that if you feed me enough, I'll just stick around, you know? No,
I'll tell
she's
you.
shameless. I
Uh,
squealed out of disgust. That's what that sound was, because it popped up and I seen it and it you're trying to traumatize me and I don't like it.
so just on Discord, I've just sent you. It's not a cooked one. That was it. Just as it started cooking, but
Oh.
that was a homemade teriyaki and some kind of what was that? Oh, that was the ghost pepper. So I made a homemade
Mm.
teriyaki and a ghost pepper.
So when are you moving in with us?
I'll bring the smoker. Oh,
Yay!
Crafty says she's got to run for food to
No.
eat before Creaky stream. See you, Crafty.
Okay. Bye-bye for
What's
now.
what's happening on Creaky stream?
I don't know. I shall
I have been I've been out of the YouTube loop for a few weeks, so I've got no idea what's going on really or what everyone's up to.
What's that? It's a butterfly. I'm not trying to find it.
Oh, am I up for adoption? I could be.
Let's talk about stuff, he said. Oh wait, he's live now. No. It's a let's talk about stuff video.
Oh, okay.
And Blinder and welcome to the gang. Ooh. So there we go. I mean, we can. It's a really pretty butterfly, you know. Hey, at least at Find the Butterfly, you'll be able to find it, and all is well. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
I've just sent on Discord. I've just sent you another barbecue picture. That was two pieces of. I did 2 pieces of pork and three racks of ribs as well.
Oh my goodness.
That was my birthday party for the family. We're being directed in side chat to talk about something else.
Oh, are we? Food, though. Okay, side chat. We do listen to you. Let's talk about westerns. And now you're gonna have to chat about this because I have absolutely zero idea about westerns. I tried to find a movie to watch. I did watch Lock, Stock, and other word and barrel. Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
Okay.
I did see that. Does that count? And does that movie where the guys that are was it the Three Amigos? Does that also count as some kind of western?
I guess it does. I guess it does. I've got a thing for like Clint Eastwood movies, those the kind of lone wanderer type thing. Some of the John Wayne stuff is pretty cool. But yeah, I've got some of I started out with old samurai movies, and then I realized that some of the old samurai movies were kind of plagiarized for westerns, and then people were plagiarizing westerns for more modern movies. So if you look at something like if you look at A Fistful of Dollars, which is a Clint Eastwood, not Lock, Stock.
That's actually not a thing at all.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at A Fistful of Dollars, which is a classic Clint Eastwood western, that was based off a samurai movie, an Akira Kurosawa samurai movie called Yojimbo, and to the point where they actually used some of the same script in both movies, and then that got remade again by Hollywood. Hollywood picked up the western and remade that as Last Man Standing, and that was a Bruce Willis movie. And again, the some of the script made it all the way through. So if you watch all 3 of them, you can find the same language and the same script and things like that. But
cheeky.
It's I quite like it. I quite like it
a little bit though, huh?
And then but yeah, I've got a thing for westerns like Pale Rider and stuff like that. Pale Rider is one of my go-to movies. Unforgiven, I quite like.
I feel
some
like
of the
I
old.
should have watched these before the stream.
There's loads and loads of them. But then if you watch a lot of the older kind of the kind of earlier westerns, people like Quentin Tarantino borrow from them to the point where they even lift the soundtrack, or they employ the same guy. The same guy who wrote the soundtrack to a lot of westerns. He used his music in some of the Tarantino movies. So westerns have kind of stolen from everything that came before them, and then everyone seems to plagiarize the westerns and reuse them later on. I really love it. Tatty Bogle says Pale Rider and the prequel Bucket Wrangler. I'm not sure I've seen Bucket Wrangler, but I'll put it on my list of.
See, Tusk always says that Star Wars is a space western,
Mm-hmm.
and I never seen it till he pointed it out. But then again, my
There's
knowledge of westerns is pretty zero.
well, there's a bit of a theory going on. Went around ages ago that was saying that George Lucas stole the first Star Wars movie that he did was based around the two droids, wasn't it? You kind of follow the two droids around the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
And that was based on the story goes that was based on a samurai movie from Akira Kurosawa that did the same thing.
Oh.
I think it was the Hidden Fortress. Did the same thing, and it followed the two kind of anti-heroes of the story, the two guys you follow through. Exactly. Dora's got it in side chat. Yeah, Hidden Fortress. You follow the two characters through the plot, and it's the same thing. But again, it's kind of lifted from these old movies. But I like there's something quite nice about about old westerns, because if they wanted it to rain, they had to throw rain on the actors. If they wanted, if it was dark, they had to make it dark. If it was cold, they couldn't CGI in a breath, so they had to put you in a freezer or something like that.
Oh
But
no.
and even some of the old samurai movies, whenever they wanted it to rain, they would literally just dump water on the set, because rain wasn't that predictable. So they would just pour loads of water on the set. And there's something, I think it gives a more realistic feel to movies than some of the stuff we see that more modern. I find westerns quite soothing.
I do remember my dad watching stuff on the telly, and I did like the soundtrack and all the intense sort of manic music from going from this to that. But I've never like sat down and remembered watching it other than the Three Amigos. But I don't think that counts at all, and my brain is terrible when it comes to remembering.
There's something quite sweet about the Three Amigos, but I think that's more with Steve Martin and it's Chevy Chase, and I always forget the other guy's name, but they're all great.
Oh. Hollywood remade the Coen brothers.
The
Are you
search
making
is
a jokes?
by the Coen brothers.
Are you making a jokes, Tusk?
I think. Which one was the Searchers? Hold on. Which one was the Searchers?
Weren't they making?
It was Henry Fonda. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that could be remade as long as they do it. As long as they do it well, I've got no issue with it. But some of the westerns that they've tried, there was a run on westerns about 10 years ago, wasn't there? And things like that, or maybe longer now. Things like The Quick and the Dead and things like that came out, and they were awful.
Do you know what I was thinking about?
Oh, go on.
I'm sorry to cut you off. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That's okay. That's
Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
That's a classic. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a classic.
I was thinking that I said Lock, Stock, and Barrel instead. It was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah. That's there's the standoff at the end of that is superb. But that again, that went on to influence lots of movies in the future. That kind of standoff at the end. Tusk said after what they did with True Grit is something that needs to happen. Yeah, True Grit was the newer one was quite good. But there was something a bit cheesy about the John Wayne version. I never quite liked True Grit, but the remake was better, I thought.
I don't actually know. I only remember like I'm sure I've seen one of his well, at least a couple of his movies, but I don't. I know how he looks. I just can't picture him in anything other than walking funny in a cowboy outfit.
That's
Like just walking.
that was most of his career.
Oh, well then there you go. I've seen a lot of his movies then.
The most recent westerns I've seen are Cowboys versus Aliens and Bone Tomahawk.
I've not
Cowboys
seen
versus
any of those.
Aliens. That was wasn't that James Bond in that Cowboys versus Aliens? What's his face? I
Googling.
can't remember his name. The current Bond. Oh, somebody knows it.
Oh, I love him. I love him. It's the guy I know who. I just googled it, and where's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Yes.
Craig. Thank you, side chat, for saving me from myself. But yeah,
Short
Daniel
guy.
Craig. Yeah, that. And I think I've seen Bone Tomahawk, but I'm not 100% sure.
See, Tusk will remember the movies we've watched more than I do. We tend to watch one every single night.
Bone Tomahawk is he was Batman, wasn't he? Bale? No, it wasn't.
I don't recognize this.
No. But yeah, so that's kind of where my thing with westerns comes from. Is there's something quite some of them. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of really bad westerns because they were just churning them out at one point because it's what America wanted. But some of them are just superb, and things like A Fistful of Dollars or The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. A Few Dollars More, Hang 'em High, Hail Rider, that type of stuff is just superb. But that I think it's because I like that type of character, that kind of lone wolf wandering around on a horse, getting themselves into trouble, defending people's honor.
I would defend your honor. Wait, is that not like Zorro as well?
Zorro, a little bit. It's not. Yeah, I suppose it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Zorro would tell
Controversial.
a western. Zorro would tell a western from the other side, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that Tucker and Dale versus Evil tells a horror story from the hillbilly side of things, and not. I don't know if you see that. That's another one of my favorites. That makes me that makes me laugh so much because it just turns the whole thing on its head, and you realize that the hillbillies are really fundamentally good people. It's just they're misunderstood.
Yeah. It was just the wood chipper moment. We don't have to say anymore. Just the wood chipper moment.
It's just superb. It's absolutely superb. The first time I saw it, I was watching it with some friends in Southport, and one of the guys that was with us not only fell off his chair, he was laughing that hard he couldn't breathe. And I think it was the wood chipper that did it. I think that's what pushed him over the edge. But yeah, we had to stop because he couldn't breathe.
Of course. See, I remember like it was one of the first sort of me and Tusk were starting to get back into watching horror after not watching it for a little while because Panic Attack Station. But I was like, right, we're gonna start watching horror again. We're ready, and that was like the first sort of introduction back into it that we watched. And I think I almost choked on a bit of like chili off my pizza because we were eating pizza while watching it. And I think it was our first cheat day because we were going to the gym as well. So we had pizza and cola, and it was the best day ever. But I've been asked to ask you, if you've seen The American Astronaut or Stingray Sam, the best the best space western musicals ever.
I I never have. I'm not. I would have to even Google them to see what they were. I'm sorry. I don't know what either of
Oh,
those are. But space
you
western
will.
musical sounds. I don't really do musicals, but space western
Oh no,
musicals just
Tusk
sounds.
doesn't, but this was Oh, honestly, after
Okay.
we finish the stream, I will show you the trailer.
Okay. I tell you. What, let me just put that. Let me put that in a little safe place. Because if it's
Please do
recommended by
remind
Taskit,
me.
we'll have to give
So
that one a
they're
go.
two. It's two different ones. So American Astronaut and Stingray Sam. One of the I know, Dora. I know I won't sing. I'll be good.
I,
But one of
I
the
won't sing.
lines in the song, one of the lines in the song is Stingray Sam is not a hero. He just does the things that people won't do that need to be done. The
That's a lot of
the
words.
yes, and that's the intro. It is sort of set like a. It is set kind of like a bounty hunt, like oh, I get them both mixed up. I think it's Stingray Sam. It's set like a bounty hunter, so he's like it is kind of like a western, but in space, where it's like, right, you need to go do this so that you can get this, and then do that, and then you have to swap this for that, and oh, it. I was crying. Yeah, Stingray Sam is episodic, like old Saturday westerns. Word I can't say. He gets turned into a tiny robot and everything. And there's the guy that once saw a woman's chest. I can't say the full thing, but he did, and it was amazing because men lived on Mars in this, and like women live on a different planet, and then there's the sort of ruffians that just go between sort of thing. So you've got you got to swap the was it the tiniest woman in the world for the boy who saw the woman's chest so that he could get something and do this. And it's just the most bizarre. Like if you don't watch it and think, "Have my drink been spiked?" You've not been paying attention. Like oh, I've got them mixed up. That was the American Astronaut. But we watched them one after the other, so my brain's a bit hazy with it because it's the same actor, well, the same writer. So it feels like it kind of flows in a very weird way. So the guy that wrote them is called Corey Maccabee, and he loves westerns. Yeah,
Just his side chat, Tatty Bogle, I think, has just had his mind blown that women live on a different planet. He says women live on a different planet, confirmed.
yes, yes. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and find like. I really wish I could show it for everybody, like a little trailer or something, but we're gonna get in so much trouble. So,
Yeah, yes, it could be a tricky
mhm.
copyright thing. Um,
Corey Maccabee's
Irish
amazing.
Stew says the 315 to Yuma. No,
I've not
the
seen that.
remake of that was that was annoying. The remake of that was annoying because that was oh god, see my brain's not working. That's the Gladiator guy. Can't remember his name. It's just really
Russell
quiet.
Crowe?
Russell Crowe, yes, it's really quiet, and he kind of mumbles his way through the whole movie, and then it's really dark
Oh.
in places as well. And I felt they ruined it a bit.
Aw, see, I like Russell Crowe. I, I have a soft spot for him because my friend thought a picture of him was my dad. So I have a soft spot for him. And bless his wee heart in Les Mis. He tried.
Whose idea was it to let him sing?
I don't
Seriously,
know, but I refuse to say it was bad because my heart is so strong with him, you know?
it's
I care about him very much.
I
And hi,
I
Julian.
I I don't watch many musicals, but that I have seen, and it's amazing apart from the bits where he sings.
Tusk's now singing one of the songs from the space westerns. I
Kurt
don't want to
Russell
read it.
beats Russell Crowe.
Kurt Russell.
Is
Oh.
that would that be some kind of celebrity death match?
Oh no.
Or are they just going to try and outcool each other?
I can't.
That would be cool. Instead of battling out, just trying to outcool each other.
Imagine. I prefer the lip sync battles. Have you seen them?
Yes. Yeah.
Terry Crews wins them all hands down.
He's a bit. I do like a bit of Terry Crews. I think he's great. But wasn't didn't what's his face see again, can't remember his name, but Spider-Man, the current Spider-Man, didn't he did one as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I get his name mixed up, but it's Tom something, and it begins with a H, and I can never remember if it's Holland or Hardy.
Holland. Tom Hardy is Venom, so Tom Holland.
Okay. Well, that's his name.
Yeah,
And
Tom Holland. He did quite well.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, it's Holland. Dora says so too. Oh, is this a real fun fact, Tina? Kurt Russell once kicked Elvis in the shin.
I was going to say hello to somebody and it's gone out of my head.
Julian
there they are.
Alien X came in and Micro, so hello.
It was Microraptor. Hello, Microraptor. There we go.
I can't remember names of anything. Well, you heard my brain. God knows what happened to it, really.
I have to. My brain has been fried for a good few years now, so I have to join the dots in my head. So like I know that I couldn't remember James Bond's name, so I have to go from James Bond to around the houses that way, and like the Tom Holland, I'll just call him Spider-Man, and then everyone else will fill in the name for me. So I don't have to do too much work. But yeah, it's essentially joining the dots in my head.
See, I need to get in on that. Need to start remembering to do that. Oh, sorry, Bexy, about your internet. Hopefully, it'll be better soon. Oh, that was a hiccup. I don't know if you heard that. That was oddly painful.
I didn't, but now you draw attention to it. I might have to go back and listen for the hiccup.
I do random hiccups. It may sound like I'm just squeaking. That's a hiccup there. Tina says it was really a real fact. Kurt was a child in a very early movie with Elvis, and I'm guessing he kicked him in that movie. And Irish Stews showed up. Hello, it's been a while.
Oh, Snake. Escape from New York. A Snake is awesome.
I need not seen that. I think we all need to sit down and start doing movie suggestions in the Discord, because
Escape from New York, my goodness. What's his face? See, somebody typed his name in the chat earlier, and it's gone out of my head. Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I've seen that. I like that movie.
The little kind of monologues he does to himself on the CB radio. I like that. I can't remember your budgie's name. She's very offended.
She won't be offended. She doesn't remember her own name. She just lives her life falling off her perch. Bless her wee heart.
Julian L says, I made Kenneth Branagh call me a prick whilst on the set of All Is True. What did you do to make such a guy call you a prick?
I refused to call him sir because I didn't know who he was, is what Julian said. Oh my goodness. Imagine not giving somebody an honorific without consent. Wow.
Oh, you must have been furious.
Oh
If that's all it took, then
Take
I
one
have
for
no
the
sympathy.
team. Take
I thought
one.
maybe you'd done something bad, but if you just didn't call him sir, then that's fine.
Okay, bye, lurking Tina. I'm actually quite impressed, and I'm glad you did, because now he's been outed for the person he is. I see the type of movies I tend to be like I really enjoy is like martial arts movies.
Okay, like what would be your go-to then? What's your favorite?
Danny the Dog or Unleashed.
I don't know either of those.
It's the same movie, but it goes under two
Oh,
different names. But I also very much like Leon the Professional. It's known as Leon the Professional or The Professional.
I saw. Have you seen the director's cut of that?
Yes.
The one that came out that changes the whole feel of the movie.
Yeah, it is very bizarre after you've seen the director's cut.
Oh, I think I've lost you or you've lost me.
Oh no, I still see you.
Nope,
Maybe.
nope. Okay, no. So, do you know what I mean? And again, it's not something you really want to get into discussing on
Yeah,
stream, but
yeah, it's a little bit disturbing. It's
it I found it really uncomfortable to watch.
yeah. However,
Uh,
like I'm not trying to justify that, but the guy that wrote it is trying to say like he claims that it's his story between him and his wife, who's the lady in the bathtub in one of the scenes.
yes.
So he's trying to relate it to that.
Ah,
And that's what I find even a bit more bizarre.
it it
It's very
it
bizarre, but I do love it. I do love it, the movie. Now it feels weird, but like I do love the movie because I seen the non-director's cut first, and that's the
yes,
one I fell in love with
yes.
because how innocent like he was, and he was just so he just wanted he didn't even care for caring for her, this little girl that just stumbled into his care. He didn't even know what going to bed was, and I found that very sweet.
There
And
is yes the whole thing that's why the recut of it is particularly
so
disturbing
sad,
because
so sad.
it was lovely in the first time you see it it's a lovely story and then the cut is just not
Yeah,
good,
he just
not
didn't
good.
have to have done that. I, if anybody knows, they know what exactly what I'm meaning, and we're
You
meaning.
can you can Google it. It's not something we should
Yeah,
be discussing on
no,
not on your stream. Um,
no. Although that would be a good topic for another stream for somebody else for sure. Because I have a lot of strong feelings about it. In fact, the undirector's cut, which was what I was talking about, that I said that I adore, is the one that I said to Tusk, look, if you don't like this movie, we're not going to work. Because if he didn't like that kind of movie, it was going to be, it. I just couldn't be with him because I love the action in it. It's got all the sort of things I like in movies. And I found the police officer weirdly attractive, and I didn't know why, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to
uh,
ask too many questions to myself.
young Gary Oldman.
Yes, young Gary Oldman, and I think I might have to have it as the next movie night on Discord on a Saturday,
That
maybe show everybody Leon.
that I've that his here that's one of my favorite Gary Oldman movies with that he's in because that
Get me
performance he does in that
everyone.
is amazing. It's just
The bit where
amazing.
he's like, Get me everyone. What do you mean everyone? Everyone!
Everyone.
And it's how he moves in it. I swear the person, I can't remember who played the Joker, but whoever played the Joker, I think he took some of the movements from Gary Oldman in that movie. I might not be true, but the way he moves his body after he's consumed a thing, he you know, he does the same thing in the Joker in the bathroom. He does the same head tilt back and sort of body movement.
Yes. Yeah. But that where he's talking, he's talking about the he's listening to Beethoven, isn't he?
Yes.
And he starts talking. He does that thing with his
Yeah.
fingers, and he's talking about the bugs and things, and it's just creepy. It's still creepy now watching it.
No women, no kids.
Yeah.
And what? You hate Ricky Gervais? I quite like him in some stuff. I understand he can be slightly, well, quite problematic.
I think it was
Him a little bit.
somebody said that I look like. Does anyone see? It was Julian L who said, "Does anyone see a touch of Ricky Gervais in Cheesemondo?"
Oh no, you're cute.
It was
He's not.
Pip first pointed that out, and it's stuck now.
Oh no.
But we love Pip.
Oh no. Are you gonna do that now for Halloween? You could be a more attractive version, a cuter version of Ricky.
Oops. I've just punched the mic. I'm sorry if you heard that on stream.
I'm very offended. No, I'm kidding. It's okay, don't worry. You didn't mean it. I accidentally headbutt it all the time. I'm really clumsy.
I've moved everything around them, but normally it's not in my way. But I've moved everything around because I'm upstairs now and not in the basement.
Oh no! It was all that anime you're watching. They had to put you in there.
It's the only thing. When I started doing YouTube stuff, I started out in this room and I had a nice shelf behind me with all of my pops and things on it, and that was kind of pretty. And then I moved down to the basement and moved everything down there, and now I'm back upstairs and everything's still in the basement. So this room is just dull and boring now.
No, it's minimalistic.
It's a rented house, but it annoys me that this wall behind me is white and this wall here is blue.
Well, you've got it off center, so it's not so bad.
But then the wall they've done, I don't know why, but whoever rented this house before us painted two of these walls blue and two of them white. So this one's blue here, and the one behind the camera is blue, and then the other two, it's stupid. Why would you do it?
Wait, so there wasn't even a feature wall?
There's
two feature walls which cancel each other out.
Yes, it's just odd.
I mean, I think it looks nice, slightly off to one side, the blue, and then the white. I think that does look nice.
I don't know why I don't know. If it was a slightly different, if it was like two different blues, it might make the room look bigger. But this is just silly. Don't know. So in the next few weeks, I'll bring my shelves up, and then we'll have pops and things behind me and neon lights and things, and it'll look cool again, and not like I'm broadcasting from a prison cell.
It doesn't look like that.
just from a void somewhere.
Well, Dora is asking, apart from anime, Western movies, and cooking, is there anything else that you like?
And Geo Sam asked much the same thing earlier. So,
sorry, Geo. I got to talking.
Which was in my head. I hadn't forgotten. Is there anything else I like? I when I was in Britain, I was outdoors a lot. So I was camping, hiking, bushcraft, that sort of thing. And I did a series of courses, and one of them was from the Ray Mears Bushcraft School. And then the guy who used to write the courses for Ray Mears who is called Paul Kirtley. He set up his own outdoor school, and I did a series of outdoor courses with Paul Kirtley.
Ooh.
So I so that kind of set me up then for kind of tracking and identifying trees and plants and things, most of which is completely useless where I am in the world now in Colorado, because we don't have the same trees or plants or creatures. But yeah, I'm outdoors a lot. I love being outdoors. I'm gonna try and do a similar version of those outdoor courses here in America. And what I want to do, what I am particularly passionate about at the moment, is I'd like to be a search and rescue tracker.
Oh.
So when people get lost, then they initially send out a tracker to go and find them, and then they decide what they're going to do. So they would call out medical or whatever. So that's what I'd like to do. It's a volunteer thing. I do need to buy the course, but the next course is going to be next year, and I think it'll be safer next year to actually attend one of these things. But yeah, outside of YouTube, mostly outdoor stuff. I do like a lot of music, and I do play several instruments really badly.
What
Really, I
ones do
mean
you
really
play?
badly.
No, we don't
So
do talking down to ourselves here on this channel.
I've
You play instruments, full stop.
oh no, I
No,
will one day I will play, and you'll
no,
realize what I mean. But
no.
there's a piano in the basement,
Ooh.
and I've got a guitar,
Uh-huh.
and I've got a trumpet as well in the basement.
A trumpet?
Yeah, I used through all the way through school and college and university. I played the cornet and trumpet in various bands, usually like brass bands. Used to like playing the kind of Salvation Army carols around Christmas, and so we'd get a gang of us out and go and play carols and things with people.
Oh.
But yeah, music is another one that not so much lately, because the guitar I've got isn't great. But as soon as I sort myself out, which will be in the next few months, I'm going to go and buy myself a guitar as a treat.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Oh.
outdoors and music is where it's at. Do I blow my own trumpet, Tatty?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to answer that one in a clean way.
Uh, Tatty, be good. And Tusk saying you should do it with Dulcimer.
That I when I get a decent guitar, I haven't played the trumpet for some. It's purple. It came from, if anyone knows Cardiff very well, Cardiff in Wales. There's
Mm.
the Cranes music store in Cardiff, which is a kind of iconic music place in the city.
Aw.
My mum and dad got me a purple trumpet from there.
What? Like now I
Um,
need to see the purple trumpet. See, I thought you were
yeah,
thinking I thought you were gonna like be like, it's a purple guitar that I'm wanting to get. Da 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 da. A purple trumpet? That's
I tell you
amazing.
what, it's I'm not going to play it. If you happen to have, I mean, if you happen to have
Oh,
some kind of ocean video that lasted
oh,
about 15 seconds
okay.
or 20 seconds, I could run downstairs
Oh,
and get it.
oh, what is that?
Um, if you want to see it, if you,
Is it?
so
It's
it's not
an
really this.
octopus
Not
that's
oh
walking.
right. I'll be back in
Oh
a
my
second.
goodness! How did that happen? Wow! I feel bad. I made myself laugh. It's actually no, it's an octopus walking. Look at it go. I can confirm Tusk did buy a pink guitar today. It's not a butterfly. It's an octopus walking. It's
Well,
very. Look at
I'm
it
back.
go.
I'm back and out of breath.
Oh my goodness! Don't be doing any damage to yourself, please.
Oh dear.
Oh, I was about to start it again. Oh my goodness. I love that little cutscene. It's like, oh no.
Okay, there you go.
Oh. Oh,
That
it's
came
so
from.
pretty.
Don't know if you'll be able to see that. I can't see if you can see that on camera,
No,
but yeah,
I can't.
that came from
Sorry.
Cranes
Which
in
one?
Cardiff. So the outside of it is purple. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. I was trying to make you big, but I don't know if I can do that. Oh, Tusk says give us a toot.
No.
No. We respect
No.
you and your boundaries. But it is absolutely beautiful.
I could barely breathe after getting that as it is
Yeah.
without.
If you need a wee puff of your hoo wop, you
I'll be fine for the minute, but it'll.
oh,
I'll do it another day. I need to. I don't want to
your
blow
lungs.
anyone's ears out. I'll do it on on one of my streams one day. I'll play it.
Ah, see, everybody's giving a toot for you. There you go.
But yeah, that's something else I like is music.
Mm. I'm guessing, do you like to just create?
Not so much. Not so much in the past year. I haven't, but I did used to record stuff. I used to work for a university, and a group of the staff there had a band, so we used to play kind of pop and rock covers.
Ooh.
And at one point, I did sing for
Oh.
a few gigs. So I won't be singing today, but yeah, kind of music was my music was something I was into for a long time, because it was a break from when I was in college. I was doing physics, geography, and computing, and music was my kind of thing to relax me. And then I took my trumpet to university with me, and that kept me sane there as well. And it's only been then I stopped playing. I stopped playing when I moved to my asthma got worse, and then I was smoking, so I stopped playing the trumpet. But I kept it. So I tried last year to pick it back up, and I think this year I'm going to pick it up and try and get back to where I was.
Well, I got my fingers crossed. You should maybe do like a progression video where you do like one chord of a song, and then like just film that one chord, and then have you go boop 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 boop, or however it goes, of like the different of how like you. I know what I'm trying to say in my head. It's just not coming out.
Do you mean like a then and now type thing, like
Yeah.
a show how pitiful I am now, and then in a few months play something properly?
Yeah, or even like a timeline one where you just like one note
Yes,
per week.
yeah. That could be fun.
Ah,
That could be fun.
I thought that would be fun because at least
I'll,
it's one note, so it's not like, well, I get the note would be difficult, but it's not like a whole song, which might be overwhelming. It's like
I,
just a note per week on a video.
that could be, yeah, that could be good. I'll ask Tatty Bogle for some advice on what that should be called as well. I've already
Uh-oh.
seen a few good suggestions.
He did the rooty. Oh, I'm not going to say that just in case. Just
It's
naughty side chat.
yeah. So yeah, so music has been a big thing. I like a lot of different types of music, and it depends what mood I'm in, really, what I listen to. But on my playlist at the moment, there's kind of rap and rock and more classical stuff, pop, all kinds. It depends. It depends what mood I'm in. And then I've got a playlist for driving and a playlist for sleeping to, and that sort of thing.
Hmm. See, I really would like to hear something when you're ready. Please do.
I need to practice a bit. I'm not ready to play in front of people
No,
again
no, no.
for
When
just at
when
the
you
moment.
are ready. When
But
you
yeah,
are. Not
I've got
tonight.
plenty of I've got plenty of music and things in the basement and all the stuff I used to play. But yeah, I do want to get back in. It's the same with the piano as well. I could still bash out a few chords, but nothing like I used to play. Um, Nothing like I used to play when I was younger. Geo Sam says, "Have you ever played taps on the on your tutor?" I have. I couldn't do it now, but yes, I have. We used to do bugle calls as practice. So yes,
What is
taps. Taps is something. I think it's a Brit thing that they used to play when the flag, the Union
that?
Jack was taken down. Or it might even
Oh.
be an American thing. But it's the so they play the bugler would play taps, which signified the end of the day, and the flag would come down. But you play the trumpet like a bugle, so you don't press any of the valves down to play notes.
Mhm.
You kind of just blow and control the sound with your mouth.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
But it's how an old military bugle would have been played, because they didn't have valves. They just had it was just like a length of essentially
Duo.
a length of tube. So you just
Ah,
by tightening your lips, you could play different notes.
there's a lot more to this than I thought there would be. And I'm impressed.
Um,
And Tiny
y-
Captain saying something. Tiny Captain
t-
saying you could also do a
s-
song, but every note played in a different state of time. So your
song
song
is
gets better and better due to practice. That is true. That is also that is kind of what I was we were on the same page there, Tiny.
so play a song, but just record one note every day.
Yeah.
That could be fun. I
That's
guess that
that's what I was trying.
and then Tati says, I guess that taps would give you a sinking feeling. Oh my goodness.
Oh, oh.
Excellent, excellent.
Overtone series says Chris Dunham.
Overtones. And then Carl Edwards, it would be stop motion music. I guess it would be.
Yeah. Yes. See, this now needs to happen. Now I'm far too excited. I'm invested in something that doesn't even exist. It's only an idea I've created in my head.
There is a whole series of sync-based puns going on. Tusk says taps, what a tune that is. Tazzy Bogle needs some serious plugging. Nice.
Do I need? Oh,
And the sinking feeling. There's some serious wordplay going on in the side chat at the moment.
it's. I love the side chat very dearly, but some of the dad jokes. Oh, that was a hiccup there. Keep your organ to yourself, says Mark. Whoa. Oh my goodness, what's going on? um, the so what made you initially pick it up though?
The trumpet was I was talked into it
Oh,
because I was doing in school I was doing GCSE music, and the local youth orchestra was running out of musicians, people to go and play the music, and that was for kids like aged 10 up to about 18. Used to be the if anyone knows the Friary in Cardiff, if I don't know, I don't even think it's gone anymore. It was this giant building in the middle of Cardiff, and they used to give it was free. You could just turn up. It was a free music thing, and you could just turn up and be part of a band, and they would teach you. Then they would teach you how to play the instrument and how to work through, and eventually you'd be in the kind of orchestra. So they would run out of players, and my music teacher was a tutor at the Friary in Cardiff, and he said you should give this a go. So he ended to just give me this. He gave a bunch of us musical instruments and just said, see what you can do with it. He started giving us lessons. Then he brought in a tutor to give us lessons, and then I started going to the Friary in Cardiff, and I just enjoyed it. It was great fun. And it was a kind of I wasn't great socially in school, but it was a kind of a great thing for socially awkward people like me to go and do.
Oh, see, that's what
Because
I should have done then.
because it got me it got me out of the house. But yeah, it was that's how I got started, and then it turned out I kind of got it was one of the things I got on with. And then I tried anything else then that other people had. I tried, so I figured out I could play anything else with valves. Then, so like I tried a tuba, euphonium. I tried a French horn at one point, which I didn't get on with, and then I went from there to I played a saxophone. My sister was learning saxophone, so I used to borrow that when she wasn't playing it, and played that. And I just kind of built up on that as we went along. And then, of course, because music is quite a social thing, you tend to meet interesting people from all over the place. And yeah, Tusky's right. Tusky, you're absolutely right. If you're having trouble fitting in at school, joining a brass band is a fast track to being one of those cool kids. It didn't make me a cool kid. It just got me out of my house. I was never a cool kid, unfortunately.
I was never either.
But yeah, it got me meeting people from all over the country. So it wasn't necessarily people I was in school with. I got to meet people from other parts of Wales and some of the national tours that were going on. So it was it was good fun. It kind of brought me out of my shell a bit. So I probably got brass instruments to thank for being less awkward socially than I am or than I was.
Well, I'm glad it helped you. Sometimes we find just the right sort of hobby type thing at the right time, and it can do wonders.
It did. Otherwise, I would have just been I mean, I'm mostly a computer nerd as it is, but I would have just been a complete nerd and never left my parents' house. So they were, when I brought a trumpet home, they were kind of horrified and pleased at the same time.
They're like, "Yay! Oh no, we've got that kid."
Because there's only so many times I think as an adult, there's only so many times you can listen to "Mary Had a Little Lamb" played badly before you have to kill someone.
Yes, I had a flute. Oh, welcome back, Bexy. And I had a flute, and I learned every breath you take on it, and I thought that was hilarious. And I told the joke to everyone, and then proceeded to play that song to everyone, and it was horrific. And I look back, I'm like, why? Why did I? What? It was okay. And the worst part was there was no band. I got out of maths. I got.
That's yeah.
Well, for me, like, I was just put at the sort of back of the class during maths and left to whatever devices I I would do. In fact, even if the teacher seen me like almost falling asleep, she'd be like, "Oh well, oh well, she's dyslexic. Just leave her there," you know. So then I started to play the flute because I thought, you know what? At least I'd be doing something.
And that's it. That was it. It's having something to kind of get you up and about. Well, it was for me anyway.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure.
Critical Cripple says they made me give up the violin. There's only so many renditions of G String George before they try and kill you. Apparently,
Oh
there's
god.
something particularly offensive about the sound of a beginner violin player. At least if somebody's learning the piano, you get the odd bum note, but it's never really out of tune. But you can violins. I just if somebody's learning to play a violin, it's just offensive to me. It's horrible. Just can't.
It is really bad. Like I'm like hearing beginners play instruments. I I get so happy and I feel so proud of someone, but they attack them. They attack them and they don't work with them. They don't quite know it
It's
yet. It's like a random stranger they've picked up and whirled round. It's it's bizarre.
oh god, yes, Tusk. I've often thought the recorder teacher at primary school is the worst job in the world. Yes,
Oh,
yes. Imagine 30 recorders all slightly out of tune with each other playing
oh
the same.
no.
Oh no,
And
no! It just
yes, brainless. The teacher thought dyslexic meant dumb,
yeah.
but that is not the case. Just different smart.
Yeah.
And also, there's 7 different types of dyslexia. So, who's if she even gave me a chance, she might have found out that maybe maths wasn't affected by my dyslexia. And even so, there's never an excuse just to leave a child at the back of the class to play bingo and spot
There's
the
no
difference.
excuse at all. There's no excuse at all.
No, that is
Just because your brain works slightly differently to everyone else.
yup. And yeah, so the teacher was dumb,
Yes.
and I totally got out of going into her class anyway because I played the flute. Because I played every breath you take over and over and over and over, very dramatically sometimes. I've hoped that I don't know if you ever felt like this when you were playing your instruments, but when I played the flute, I hoped at some point somebody would see me kind of like this fairy creature, and one day I would play the flute in the middle of the woods with like fairy wings on and just live my life as some like elf creature thing, like maybe a goblin or whatever.
I I
Did you do that?
I I never thought that, but that sounds like that to me sounds like it needs to happen. That's like an unfulfilled dream that you just need to
I
you,
know.
you need to fix that.
I always thought like people when they start hobbies, they have this idea in their head about the end goal and how it's going to happen, you know. And that was my end goal to be some fae character, of some
the,
description.
the when I was playing, particularly the trumpet, the goal was then, or my goal was then, to be good enough to make it into the top band, and they were the people
Yeah.
that went on international tours and things like that. They would go and
Oh.
play all around the world. But my dad changed. I used to go to work with my dad on a Saturday when this music club was happening. So I'd go into work with him into Cardiff at like 6 a.m. We'd go for breakfast with him and his mates, and then I'd go to the Friary for about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, something like that. He changed jobs, so it meant I couldn't get to Cardiff anymore. So ultimately, I stopped going.
Oh.
I could get to Cardiff, but it meant getting the train, which was made it kind of quite expensive. So I stopped going. But that I would have liked to have been. And one of my friends who was there did tour, and they ended up doing a tour of Europe. They played on they got booked to a cruise liner, and they did end up playing all around the world.
That's amazing.
And one of my friends who was playing trombone at the time is now a session musician and does backing tracks for pop music and things like that. So I wish I'd have stuck with it, but I ended up being an IT nerd instead.
Oh, there we go.
Geo Sam in the side chat says, if you had time, energy, and money, what hobby would you consider taking up?
Oh, that's an amazing question, Sam.
I want to say something like glass blowing.
That would be fun.
Because I've seen that. I've seen a like a glass blowing reality competition on TV, and it just seems cool. But yeah, glass blowing or pottery, but not like plates. Like weird, not like functional pottery, like art pottery. I guess any potters out there are going to say that everything they do is art. But again, I've seen some of these pottery competitions, and they do things to express themselves instead of just producing functional items. They'll make more arty pieces. But yeah, I think glass blowing, or what I do want to start doing in the next few years is kind of blacksmithing.
Ooh.
That's something else. If I had the money, I would be doing. I'd be blacksmithing. But so yeah, that's it. So yeah, glass blowing, blacksmithing, or pottery, something kind of cool like that.
I imagine we have this little frog thing that's made out of glass, and he's pretty cool. He looks like he should have been a doorstop if he wasn't glass. And the charity shop I volunteered for was going to throw it away. But I felt so bad for this poor little frog that I had to bring him home.
Oh.
But I feel like, if you took up glass painting, you wouldn't make sad little frogs.
It's something like that would appeal to me. I think blacksmithing or glass blowing or something like that. It'd be cool.
I think that would be like a really awesome sort of hobby. I've seen people make chain links, like stuff. That looks cool.
I saw a blacksmith demonstration a few years ago, and he made a wind vane with a kind of a cockerel on it and stuff like that. But he did all of that just from some straight bits of metal, and it didn't even take it. The whole thing took him like 2 hours. The guy was just amazing. But that kind of, there's something about fire and metal, or just fire in general, I guess, that appeals to me. I guess that's where pottery and glass blowing comes from. The common element there is fire. So anything with a fire, and I'm good.
Cool. I mean, I'm not gonna say where Convince Me is from because she's not here to say whether or not she's comfortable to say that or not. But Mike was asking pretty much where's your accent from, if you're comfortable to say.
It's absolutely fine. I've got a weird accent. It's a weird accent because I was born in Cardiff, grew up in Wales, so there's a slight Welsh there, and then I moved to England for university. So I lived in Liverpool, which is a really strong accent. And I lived with an Irish guy and a Scot as well at one point. So we all shared kind of slang and taught each other, curse words and things like that. So it's it's an odd accent. And now then I lived in Manchester. I lived in Manchester for about 2 years. And now I live in America, so I've got a slight some of the things I say are slightly American now. My mum thinks I sound American.
Oh,
And I've been asked before if I'm Canadian or something like that, but ultimately I'm Welsh. I just don't sound it very much anymore.
so you have one
Um,
of the lovely, lovely mixed accents from here, there, and everywhere in the lovely way.
it's mine's kind of weird. You've got quite a sweet accent.
Oh, I was taught Scottish by Scousers.
That seems a bad combination.
And so that's kind of where mine comes from. But with family from all over the world and from everywhere as well, although I'm the only Scottish one. Well, the only one born here. Everybody else is, well, my parents kind of adopted themselves to Scotland, and Scotland, being Scotland, just accepted them like, yeah, you're Scottish now. You live here. You're Scottish. Very
Oh,
traditional way.
Geo Sam inside chat says I always
Stone
wanted to take
carver.
up stone carving.
Yes,
Yes,
get in amongst it. That sounds so
I.
good.
Oh, have I got them upstairs? I don't. I know they're in the kitchen. I was in. I went to a stag do in Glasgow. Was it Glasgow or Edinburgh? No, it was Edinburgh because I went to a wedding in Glasgow. No, I was in Edinburgh, and I picked it. There was a guy there stone carving at one of these markets that they have, and I brought some home with me because they were really cool. But they were really kind of intricate and detailed and kind of cool. But yeah, stone carving I would do is there's no fire involved, so I'm going to defer to
Not as
fire related
fun.
activities first. But stone carving's up there, Geosam. That's a pretty cool thing.
I mean, I didn't do stone carving, but I used to like as a really bizarre thing I used to do was take the bark off of sticks with stones when I was a kid. I was like, one day I will create this to be a spear. And I got bored after taking all the bark off of it.
I did as part of the outdoor stuff I was doing. I did do a flint knapping course,
Ooh,
which is where they kind of make they taught us how to make arrowheads and things like that out of flint.
that's pretty neat.
So the plan was that you made a set of arrowheads in the one course, and then you went back and they would teach you how to make an Iron Age longbow from a yew tree. And the second course was just too expensive, so I never went back. But that was cool. Making stuff out of flint it was kind of cool, and shaping it with kind of traditional tools as well, bits of antler and bits of stone and things like that. It was cool. That was good fun.
When you do have the stones, you'll have to post pictures so we can all see what you were talking about.
I've got.
If
Oh,
you're
I don't know where they
comfortable.
are.
No,
I
like I'm not saying go find them now. I'm just like when you're like, oh, here's a stone, I'll remember. Take a picture.
I will. I think I know. I don't know exactly where they are. I know the rough general area they are in the house. So I'll dig them out, and I might send you some pictures on
Yeah,
Discord if that's all right.
yeah, I would love that. I love seeing like things people have made with their hands. Like that just blows my brain. So it does.
So there's two arrowheads I made in the house. I think one of them's in the
Oh.
kitchen, but yeah, that was a really cool thing because I get that kind of appealed because I was working in IT. I used to work for a university in Britain. Shows you stones, Tatty. I'll send you some. I'll send you some stone pics on Discord, Tatty.
Oh dear.
So when it sounds rude, but it's not. Well, Tatty's going to be very disappointed when he gets some pictures later. Um, um, I worked in a university in the IT department for a long time, like 10 years. So I got sick of being around computers and IT and TVs and the internet. So my break every year, I'd take 2 weeks out, usually around my birthday, and I'd go and do something outdoorsy. And the lower tech I could find, the happier I was. So that a weekend in a forest flint napping where there was no phone signal meant that I couldn't be bothered. So that became my game. I started finding courses and things in the middle of nowhere where I couldn't get a
Oh no, how sad.
a phone signal. It was awesome. Apart from what I was on one of these outdoor courses once, and there was a thunderstorm came over, and I got a full phone signal for about 10 minutes,
You were
and
like,
all
no,
of the
go
emails
away.
all of the emails and things just flooded my phone because it was still on. But that was the only contact I had. It was great fun.
Oh, just as a little warning, we've reached the 2-hour mark. So if there was maybe any last questions for Cheese?
If whatever you want to ask, I'm not. If anyone has got a question they've been meaning to ask for some time, or if anything's cropped up during this show,
Yeah,
go for it.
do. And
But
because I've been heavily distracted because I've just been happy to be here today. Like I've just had one of them days where I'm like, I'm not tidying the house right now. I am so happy. And it's like, I've got great company. I'm so happy. Oh,
this has been a lot of fun.
okay. So 2 questions. If you were to go back to IT, what would you prefer to do?
I've been working. Well, I've been working in IT all of my adult life, really. Up until I currently unemployed, but I was made unemployed last September, so it's been I've been like out of work for 9 months now, or 10 months, something stupid like that. But I've been waiting on some immigration paperwork to clear in the US, so I couldn't apply for a job. Now I can apply for a job. I'm hopefully going to go back to higher education because it's where I was happiest was working in higher education. Then you get to work with kind of lecturers and students and things like that. But up until last year, I was working for an IT security company, which they are there any that if any of you know, actually I can't say it, so never mind. Some of the bigger companies in the world, some of the shopping companies, some of the supermarkets, we did some IT for, and some of the bigger online stuff as well. Some of the bigger online shops we did security work for. So if you've ever been online and it sends you a code to your phone, that kind of 2-factor authentication, that was the type of stuff that we were doing. And the software, we put some software into a company in America that detected if you were if it detected if it thought you were being hacked or not. So if you logged in from a strange device in the middle of nowhere, it would alert somebody that something screwy might be going on with your account.
That's really handy, though, isn't it?
But it was that kind of thing. But I want to go back to higher education because I was always happiest working for a university.
That's best. I can see 2 more questions if you're okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Before we head, Chris says, "How are you doing, buddy?"
I am good. I've had a good day. Although the kettle did blow
Oh, baby.
fuses in the house just before the show, which I was upset about. But luckily, I've got a camp a camp kettle camping a camp kettle.
A
That's not what I
camping
wanted to say.
kettle?
A camping kettle
It
that
can be
might be
that
camp.
too. It could be.
um, so yeah, managed to get a cup of tea on the go just before we went live. So other than that, I'm doing great. Thank you, Chris. Hope
and
everything's good with you as well.
Tatty says, is Flint kidnapping
Sorry,
like
I read
kidnapping but
it.
more specialized for only kids named Flint? I started reading it and realized the question, and I kind of feel like I have to finish.
Tatty, no, but that sounds like it should be a thing. This, it just sounds like it just sounds like yeah, the FBI are going to be looking into that one shortly. I think that seems kind of scarily specific.
Can we also send big love to Bexy because of what she said in the side chat? We'll just send her lots of love, and if you need me, you know I'm just a couple of clicks away if you wanna have a little chat. But lots of love and cuddles for you.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And looking after yourself is always number one priority. This can wait. This can always wait. I tell other people off for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Take care of yourself first, Bexy.
Yes, please do. We care about your well-being first and foremost. And so I'm aware you can help yourself, Tatty. Like, we're aware of this. And we're also, by the way, can I also like say well done for being quick thinking and getting that camping stove on quick. That camping kettle, sorry, because I would not have thought about that till like half of the day later.
Oh, there's nothing that can keep me away from a cup of tea.
My dad did that during a power cut. The whole stair, just as the kids were about to go to school, the whole stair, like, and the whole block was blackout. So my dad's, he only did it for everybody in our stair because there's only so much milk and coffee and tea you have to share, you know. So we give everybody in the stair hot chocolate, tea, or coffee for in the morning before going to school or work, or even just to as a nice whatever. But Cheese, do you have anything to show before we start saying our bye-byes? Oh, wait. One last question. One last and final question. Geo Sam, you got in there real quick. Did you have any, what's a word I can't say?
Preconceived?
That's it. That's a word I can't read. Now I can. Preconceived notions of the USA that were wrong.
There was also a question about best tea and why is it Earl Grey? Sorry, Dora, but you're wrong. I don't.
Yes,
Earl Grey is not the best tea.
Nope.
Did I have any preconceived notions of the USA that you were wrong about? I was advised to read a book called Working with Americans, which did its best to explain what drove Americans in the workplace and how they behaved and what the work ethic was and things like that. What the person who recommended I read it didn't tell me is that book was written in the 70s sometime, or maybe the early 80s, was when it first came out. So I got the latest edition, but it was still fairly dated. So it was pretty bad. One of the funnier things is my first time here writing on a whiteboard. I gave a full presentation to. I've let Dora down. I'm very sorry. I gave a full present. I do feel like I let you down. Um, I
Don't
gave
be like that.
a whiteboard presentation to the team to my team here, or my old team here, and one of the guys who I knew really well got up at the end of me talking when I said any questions, and he picked up a red pen and he set about correcting my spelling mistakes on the board where I'd spelt things in a British way. It
Oh
was
my goodness.
it was it was funny.
I would have been like, oh no, oh no.
It was good. It was good fun.
Oh my goodness.
Um, but nothing. I just that I got bad advice from this book. Um, but no, I didn't have any preconceived notions. What I didn't understand was the size of the country,
Oh yeah.
and it still messes with my head slightly because talking about driving somewhere here is a lot different to driving in Britain
Yeah,
because
you
you
just
could
pop
do
round the corner.
you can do Lands End to John O'Groats in under, is it like 12 hours, something like that?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
at least
there's
it's doing.
some states here. I could leave and be driving for 12 hours and not even be out of state, never mind out of the country. Um, and somebody did point out if you took Britain and squished it up into a square, if you took and then dropped it on top of America,
Oh, we'd be
it
lost.
would fit inside of Colorado where I live,
Yeah, we'd totally be lost. Like, you couldn't
and
find us
and
forever.
still fit. You'd still have space around the outside. So that, to me, Land's End to John O'Groats was a huge distance, and it turns out that that's like small island syndrome. And actually, Land's End to John O'Groats is a trip to see your family in America.
Oh god,
That's just down the road.
that's madness.
It
I
it
don't
it
think
still
I'll ever get that.
messes them. It just messes in my head.
Uh, okay, I think that is that everything that we've answered? I hope so. Also, peppermint tea. I love peppermint tea. It's also really
Peppermint
good
tea.
to settle an upset tummy too.
Yep. Yep. That's one of my go-tos if I'm having an off day is peppermint tea.
I like to have lemon, ginger, and honey tea.
Ooh.
I love that. That's my go-to. I think it's because I think, well, partially because I get really nervous and my throat closes up. And lemon and honey's meant to be really good for your throat. So I like to drink it so I don't turn into like some ridiculous squeaky McSqueakerton from Alvin and the Chipmunks or something. Because if you think this is bad, like just wait till I'm terrified. I just get nervous, so the more nervous I get, the more squeakier I get. But that also includes excitement. So nervous and excitement is the same feeling, just presumed as positive and negative. Um. Okay. Is that everything? I think that's everyone.
I think that's everyone.
Would you like to share some stuff?
Do I have anything to show? Next week on my channel, I'm bringing the paranormal supernatural call-in show back. So that's going to be
Ooh.
Tuesday and Thursday next week. I'm also going to be putting up a new show that is just going to be a bit of a mess around. I'm hoping to get people to call in. I'll set a panel up with some other YouTubers. We'll get people to call in and just talk rubbish to us about things that wind them up. The bigger questions of life, like is right Twix better than left Twix? Should pineapple be
Oh,
on pizza? So, these
I
questions
like
that
this.
need serious answers. Um,
Definitely.
and that's it. That's all I've got. So I've really enjoyed this. Thank you very much for
No,
inviting me on.
thank you so much for coming. It's been so much fun. I have, for my shilling, I have this next week. And I'm not gonna tell anybody who's coming on till like the day before, cause na 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 na. And I do also, once I am fully tech savvy in this adventure I'm about to start, I will start reading, drumroll please, The Enchanted Wood, which is a story book. And I'm wanting to fight my dyslexia, read a nice, easy going, fun book, 100% suited to my reading skills. And hopefully give some people some nostalgia. I know quite a few people I've mentioned it to. It's like one of their favorite childhood books that like their parents used to read to them, about this tree that you go up and up, and then at the top of the tree there's like a portal that goes into all these mad different worlds, including Everyday's birthday world. And yeah, so we can do this. There will be mistakes. I will stutter over the words, but we will do this. It's gonna happen soon. I just need to figure out how to record. Record and then upload a video. I will get there. So is there anybody that'd like to post? Oh yeah, I also have TMI show on Thursday.
Ooh.
Silly goose me. Do you go there often? You definitely should, because it's so much fun.
Do love a bit of TMI.
It's so good, so good. Okay, so I'ma say my lovely bye-byes. Don't forget, if you're not already liked and subscribed, please do so to also cheesemondo. I'm guessing that you recognize almost everybody here, though. But if they're not, get your butts over.
There's a few people I don't. Always welcome. If you want to come and check out my channel, go for it. But thank you,
Yeah.
thank you to everyone in the side chat as well for making this a great show.
Yeah, thank you, side chat, and thank you, everybody. And we're ready, and we're gonna remember to click the button, and that I remember that I can't talk when the button has been clicked, regardless of how many times I try. Much love. Bye-bye.